Well, of course, the Home Office is back with yet another edition of the Great Immigration Circus, and in display of some technological prowess that's bound to rival a sci-fi blockbuster, they're kind of contemplating the revolutionary idea of equipping illegal boat people with, wait for it, electronic monitoring tags. It's like watching a government agency attempt to join the modern age, but with a budget-friendly twist. I mean, can you imagine the meeting room filled with people thinking ways to deter migrants from crossing the channel? Well, to be honest, the easiest way, in my opinion, would surely be the Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott approach and just ban anyone that comes over here illegally from the safe country of France by boat from trying to claim any asylum at all. And then, of course, watch the numbers drop overnight. Let's just delve for a minute into the world of the Illegal Migration Act, the legislation that's practically the choose-your-own-adventure of immigration policies. I mean, step right up, folks, and spin the wheel, and you'll land on either detain, remove, or the all-exciting third country option, although admittedly that one isn't quite active at the minute, is it? It's kind of like entering a surreal game show of some sorts, isn't it? But of course, the Home Office is grappling with an unexpected twist. Their accommodations are about as common as a midget being able to reach a top shelf magazine. So, of course, they've dispatched their team on deep dive missions to explore alternatives. But personally, though, I don't really think that the idea of presumably letting people loose across the country, some of which, of course, obviously have slippery fingers and dropping their ID documents or expensive iPhones or whatever in the sea on the way over, is such a good idea. I mean, yes, okay, we'd know where they are, but I mean, what if we might have a hard time finding out that they actually have a criminal record as long as Amanda Holden's legs? Or maybe, of course, they could even be wanted for some of those potential crimes. I mean, what about our public safety in that case, eh? Although, to be honest, that's not all, because alongside the dazzling prospect of electronic tagging, there is also talk of turning off the financial tap to those who bunk off from their Home Office check-ins. And as for the insider scoop, a Home Office source apparently casually drops the bomb that tagging has always been something that the Home Office has been keen on. I mean, to be honest, I've been keen on having chocolate cake, and to be honest, that is putting it mildly, considering I jump through hoops for it. But anyway, don't worry, because the stats reveal that the Channel crossings has surged past the 19,000 mark. I mean, can anyone else remember when Rishi Sunak declares he'd stop the boats? Well, kind of appears that he's missed the memo there, doesn't it? Or maybe actually he's just a giant penis. But anyway, the article says that the Home Office is reportedly considering fitting asylum seekers arrive in the UK via unauthorised means such as small boats crossing the channel with electronic monitoring tags. A national newspaper said officials are mulling over the idea as a way to prevent migrants who cannot be housed in limited detention sites from absconding. The Illegal Migration Act places a legal duty on the government to detain and remove those arriving in the UK illegally, either to Rwanda or another safe third country. However, spaces in the Home Office accommodations are in short supply. Well, to be honest, that's not really surprising, is it, considering nearly every lefty lawyer out there seems to be throwing their weight behind, oh, we can't stay there for whatever reason. Even if, of course, our soldiers or whatever else have stayed in things like that before. But anyway, officials have been tasked to deep dive into the alternatives, according to the newspaper. And while the preferred solution is to increase the number of detention places, well, it's not personally my preferred solution, but anyway, electronic tagging has been mooted, as it's cutting off financial allowances to someone who fails to report regularly to the Home Office. The Times cited a source from the department as saying, tagging has always been something that the Home Office has been keen on and is the preferred option to withdraw on financial support, which would be legally difficult as migrants would be at the risk of being left destitute. Asked whether, of course, tagging is under consideration, a source close to the Home Secretary, Swallow Braverman, said, we already do it. The Home Office data said that this week's shows the Channel crossings have topped 19,000 for the year so far, despite Prime Minister, or unelected Prime Minister as I like to call him, Rishi Sunak's pledge that he will stop the boats. Well, to be honest, yeah, I know I'm probably asking for a lot here, but maybe, just maybe, the government could also sort out the problem in this video, because let's face it, this could soon be affecting us all sooner than you think.